Hey, guys. I hope you've had a great week. It's been a quiet week in Strongman, although very, very sad news, which we should start off with, is the passing of the legend that is Geoff Capes. Absolute. If you're British and into Strongman, that man is someone everyone should know. Two-time winner of World's Strongest Man. Obviously, very sad news about Geoff. However, I hope you guys have had a good week. We'll jump into the comments in a section. How's your week been, Auntie Lizzie?
Oh, mine's been good, uneventful.
Been training still?
I am still training, guys.
People are jumping on your Instagram, following your training.
Yes, I'm training like 3 days a week. This is big news for me.
It is big news.
Yeah, and I'm not having to be dragged or guilted into going.
You went on your own the other day.
I went on my own and I did every rep and every set.
Good stuff. I've been training hard still, just ticking away, keeping it quiet. Training hard with my arm wrestling as well.
Yeah, you've got something coming up next weekend,
yes,
haven't you?
Yeah.
Are you keeping that quiet or?
Yeah, fairly. I'm just enjoying it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get into some of these comments.
Yes.
A lot of people thinking we're an hour late today. They have changed the clocks in the UK, so it is still 9 o'clock here.
Yes.
It just would normally have been 10 o'clock, wouldn't it? Right?
Yeah, this would have been 10 o'clock. Yeah, so people who are used to seeing it at 3 p.m. or whatever, it's now at 4 p.m.
Yes.
But I think the USA changes their clocks next weekend, so we'll all align again.
And then some places don't change their clocks. So
no,
Iceland don't, do they? I believe.
No, I don't think so. No, definitely
Magnusson.
not every country does. Yeah. I did point it out to people there in the comments. Done. Yeah. Cousin Fred gifting the memberships nice and early. Thank you very much, Fred. We do appreciate
you, buddy.
you.
Hope you're well.
And Sarah, happy birthday to you. We hope
happy
you're having a lovely
birthday,
day.
Sarah. Come and join us in our little
soiree
area of the internet. Is that right? Something like that.
I don't know, dear.
I guess.
Our corner of the internet. Right, let's see who's here. Did everyone watch the video of Brian being inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame?
I haven't seen that. Have you?
No, I haven't.
I saw it. It did pop up. I saw the thumbnail, but I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Okay.
But that's pretty cool.
My algorithms are all messed up. I think it's the kids have ruined mine. Nothing relevant to me comes up on mine. I'm like, what's this crap? Never mind.
We have my mum stay over. And
oh gosh,
that ruined my algorithms
absolutely
as well.
Destroys it, doesn't it? Yeah. It's all of the stuff that she would usually watch. Yeah. Cousin Fred for the super chat. Thank you very much, Fred. Good morning, afternoon, evening, family. Hope all is well and you've had a great weekend. I did. My Lions beat the Titans 52-14.
That sounds like a good win
on the season so far. Loz, Liz, how big of a pumpkin did you buy for $10?
We bought 2 pumpkins today, didn't we?
Yeah, I was saying it's £10, Fred. So that's more like $13-14. Not that big. It's like that big? I don't know. It wasn't that big, was it?
No, it's over there somewhere.
Yeah, like small enough for her to manhandle and carve it herself.
I think it was just more the experience of going to pick it yourself, and she got to go through a maze.
She did get to go through a maze. Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Jumping a little bit. What are they talking about?
I don't know. You skipped some comments. So
Asparagus, Ash, and Bam Bam. Are you the couple that Liz made a mistake on? I am Fred. They are Fred. Sorry. A couple of other people talking about Brian in the Hall of Fame. I'll have to watch it, Lazo.
Yeah.
It's nice to see, like, if it's not a strongman specific one and it's just
really
a sports
good.
one.
Yeah,
that's great
really
to see a strongman get
shows
recognized
the reach
like
that he's kind of got. And
yeah, definitely.
And Brian is obviously training hard for his arm wrestle against Eddie Hall.
Yes, he
should probably do a video on that at some point.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's arm wrestling, I know, but it's 2 former strongmen, 2 former World's Strongest Man winners, no doubt.
Yeah.
I think it's allowed.
Okay, it's allowed. Monica Bear Magnusson is here. Hello all. Hope everyone's well. Enjoying their Sunday.
Marcus D. Put Marcus D's question up.
Anyone know why Hooper has a black eye?
Why does everyone care?
Of course people care. They think he's been punched in the face.
He got punched in the face for not doing what he was supposed to do in his training program.
What, by you?
No, I'm joking, obviously.
Oh, no, it was just a small mishap at home, wasn't it? Or something silly. It was just...
Do you know what? I saw his black eye and I didn't think anything of it. Like, honestly, like, as a strongman, you get knocks and bumps and scrapes, forearms, shins, pinches on the stomach, on the face. Sometimes you get marked up and stuff. I was pretty sure it's Mitch Hooper. I was pretty sure he hadn't got into a fight of any sort.
No.
He's not really an aggressive fighting type of guy.
No.
And at first I was like, oh, maybe he's just kind of, because I didn't see his video, but I thought maybe
he's
just
taking
kind
a
of
piss out of that video that he made about some influencer
Jeff
pushing,
and Mike.
I don't know who they are or what's going on, to be honest.
But no, apparently just a parenting mishap.
It was a landed Mitch.
But Mitch is totally fine, training very, very hard for Rogue Invitational, and he's looking phenomenal. The videos he's been sending me of the last few training sessions, honestly, if he turns up and just executes how he can, it's going to be very hard for anyone to beat him.
He's already been hard to beat this year,
exactly. I think right now Mitch is number 1, and I think Thor is number 2. If we had a top 10 ranking, I think Thor is probably number 2 in the world. And I would say these events are much better for Mitch than the events at Strongest Man on Earth. And I mean, Thor was awesome at Strongest Man on Earth, but with the 2 pressing events that cost him. But I'd say it's going to be hard for Thor to beat him on more than 2 events, I think, at Rogue.
Well, we've got a video about this coming out tomorrow, actually, haven't we?
Well, we've got a comparison about them too.
Well, it's looking at is Thor the man that can beat Mitch Hooper, and doing a bit of a comparison of the 2 and looking at the events and stuff. So look out for that tomorrow.
Thor no. It's Thor is unbelievable, but unless his pressing is back to its absolute best, just don't feel
it will be enough.
No.
We will see. Only 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. How exciting. Man, I wish we were flying somewhere warm for it, though. Not driving to Aberdeen.
It's going to be a long old drive.
It is going to be a long old drive. Mitch is going to be with us, actually, in the car.
Yeah.
Don't know how that's happened. Never mind.
I told him I'll pick him up from the airport, meaning in Scotland. And somehow we're just he's just coming to ours.
Yeah, from Heathrow. There we go. Cousin Fred with 5 more memberships. Thank you very much, Fred. Bless you.
Thank you so much for your support, Cousin Fred.
Yes.
Has he still got his colourful beard? Or his...
I think he has in his thumbnail, yeah. I think he did it in honour of Rob, didn't he? At the Arnold's one, a couple of years ago. Nicholas, Terry thought on his World Tour final that the first dumbbell is light.
Terry thought on his World Tour final that the first dumbbell is light.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're talking about the World Tour final.
Dumbbell medley,
Yeah, but it's a dumbbell medley, so you can't kind of just jump in there with super heavy. I think a couple of guys managed 3, some of them managed 4, and a few of the guys managed to do all 5.
Yeah.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, it's a good separation.
If people are jumping in and failing the first one,
it's an issue. Probably. No, it was, I think, quite balanced in terms of.
And if you're talking about the Rogue Invitational, the first implement at Rogue is not a dumbbell; it's a kettlebell, which is a bit more awkward than a dumbbell. So it's a bit lighter, but much more awkward because it doesn't balance the same as a dumbbell would.
I think a few athletes have been struggling to get a heavy enough kettlebell. I saw Andrea's
taping
stories
them together.
Oh my goodness, she had like a kettlebell and some plates with a band wrapped around them. I was like, what the hell is that?
She's been training really hard.
Good.
And focusing on events that she's normally she wouldn't be sending me, sandbag carries and stuff like that, but she has been, and she's working hard on them.
Good. Andrew, what happened to Mitch's eye? Thanks for the super chat, Andrew, but hopefully we answered it sufficiently for you.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
Listen, Loz,
Nicholas says, do you agree? I don't know what we're agreeing to.
Do you guys agree? No, I don't know. Don't know if you can explain the controversy that happened this morning with England's strongest man. Not sure what happened. No idea. I heard that the qualifiers. Are you on about the
qualifier? So the qualifier originally was set for, basically they had, I think, 35 spots, which is pretty crazy anyway. They guaranteed the top 10 from last year spots. They all paid apparently, and then it filled up real quickly. So I believe that they've opened up more spots now for England's, but you've got to send a video of your deadlift and your log to prove that you're strong enough. And I think this is the problem when you allow anyone to enter a national level competition, is like the top few guys are really, really good, but then you're going to have a whole mix of standards in there. And
some aren't going to be ready or good enough.
Filtering system to kind of, for a national title, I think there's got to be some kind of or even like a qualifier. I know it's a qualifier for England's.
No, it should still have some minimum level of.
You don't want to be going to a comp like that as a novice or even as an intermediate.
No.
To be quite honest with you, you know,
some people would, wouldn't they?
There are people that do. Like I coach two of the guys that I know will place in the top 6, and they are elite level athletes. And I coach other guys that will be going but won't be top 6.
Yeah.
And even one of my clients there, I said to him straight, "You're not good enough to get top 6. So are you fussed about going, or would you rather focus on some other competitions?" And that's a harsh thing to say to a client, but sometimes you have to be realistic with people.
Yeah.
It's no point in me saying, tucking him into bed and kind of pampering him. The world's not like that. It's tough.
That's just for me.
And you just have to be, you know, honest with yourself. And I think if you're not really a contender for that kind of level, then it's not worth doing. Focus on another competition. Yeah, focus on another competition. There's plenty of levels out there to compete at and have fun and work up to that kind of standard.
Loz, you need to come to the Monster Factory.
Jeremy, I would love to. Jeremy trains with Michael, and I'd love to get out there and train with you guys. It'd be awesome.
Had an invitation.
Michael has an open invitation for me. I need to try and arrange some kind of time that we can actually go over there.
We just need a long tour of America, don't we, to get around to all the people we promised that we'd visit.
It's so hard. There's so many places and people I want to go and see.
Such a massive country as well.
Yes, yeah.
What fantastic show Glasgow was. Thinking about going again next year. Loved
Glasgow is awesome. It's every year we go there. Just awesome atmosphere, and the fans, and the event is always good.
Yeah. Loz is always scrumptiously honest. Would Geoff Capes have 2 World Strongest Man titles if Kazmar had been invited to the competition 83 and 85?
Oh, interesting. I mean, look, the events really suited Geoff. If you look at the actual events from those years, it was a bit different to the events before that. Now, no question, Kaz statically stronger, but Geoff was probably a better athlete. And they've beaten each other many times, and both of them are incredible. I think it's fair to say that Kaz was probably robbed of a few titles or a few opportunities to win titles.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you can't take that away from Geoff. You can only beat who turns up in a competition, and Geoff was the man in those competitions. So, you know, the ifs and buts are always going to be there. People always will have questions, but all you can really go on is what happened. And I'm not going to take anything away from Geoff winning his 2 titles.
Kane Francis, why do I always join at the end? Mate, we're 12 minutes
We're in the beginning this week, mate. You're
fine.
in. You're good. He's off to South Africa next week.
Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
It's Kane. He does them all now, doesn't he?
I got the whole list of athletes.
Have you? Yeah. Do you want to share it with us?
Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, we had fun with Kane in Glasgow the night before. It's so silly. Like, you know, some people are so ritualed and everything. And then there's Kane and Mitch out with us until midnight playing putt, crazy goals.
Yes.
But we all had fun, didn't we?
We had a good time. Adam Ruszkowski from Poland, Peter Juhas from Hungary, Evans Nana from Ghana, Kane Francis from the UK, George Solomon from Holland, Raino Nell. This guy I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
Raino Nell from South Africa is a name people probably haven't heard of, but that boy is very, very good. Keelan Mills, this man is putting all the work in to organize this competition. So he's a busy, busy man. And then we've got Dean Shelley from South Africa as well, and Ben Bukarazi from South Africa, new guy for us anyway. Brian Kitchton from the USA, and David Tender from Zambia. Haven't seen any Zambian athletes for a while.
No.
And we've got a guy called Patrick Ebel from Germany as well. So that's the 12 guys that will be competing at SCL South Africa next weekend.
Question here from Dylan. How do you feel about the deadlift event at OSG? Pretty freaking heavy. So for those who don't know, it's a like Trump style deadlift. So the athletes have choices of 2 weights and it's for reps, isn't it?
It was really funny because they announced the deadlift and it was a bit light.
Yeah.
And everyone was sort of like, this is way too light, especially compared to the log is pretty heavy. And then suddenly it was just like stupidly heavy. But it's a Trump style. So you've got the option of going for the heavier axle deadlift or the lighter.
Yeah.
The lighter is still reasonably heavy.
So for open men, I think the heavy one is 373 or something like
Kilos,
that.
yeah.
Kilos for reps. Yeah.
It is heavy.
It is heavy. Yeah. It's heavier than they use at Giants Live.
Yeah, 360 at Giants Live.
Yeah.
And we saw 6 reps on the weekend.
Yeah.
So he's going to come from one extreme to the other. But with the option of the lighter axle as well.
When you think what's at stake, though, with these competitions, either a giant slive, potentially a World Strongest Man invitation, or the World Championship in your class, it should be heavy.
I think the weights should match a giant slive.
Yeah,
I do, because the top 10 at OSG, I say this every week, you guys are probably bored of me saying it, but the top 10, whoever the top 10 will be at OSG, they are all giant slive ready.
Yeah,
they are all world-class athletes. We've seen it the last few years. When you look at the top 10 from last year, 3 of them went to World's Strongest Man, 4 of them went to World's Strongest Man, because Nick Camby went as well.
Yeah.
And you look at who else was in that lineup. You know, Josh Spurgeon, who I train, there's certain events he could beat some of the best pros at. He just won the Shaw Classic Open. There's who else is there? The winner of the Arnold's, Nick Cardione.
Yeah.
He's a great all-round athlete. There's loads of them. Rain O'Neill is going to be doing OSG.
Yeah.
There's some really good athletes.
You asked me and I wasn't really listening to you. I was reading something. I panicked. I was like, what?
So there's a lot of good athletes that are more than capable of these weights. So it's going to be heavy. But
it's going to be a bloodbath, I think.
It's going to be good.
But yeah, like you say, all of those guys are going to be and like as good as, if not better, than some guys that we do see at Giant Slive. And I don't mean to be rude, but they can all beat each other at that level, can't they? With the right set of events, as you say.
Yeah. And look, sometimes athletes are kind of taken when they're not in shape.
Yeah.
So this is a great way to feed new talent to that level of competition.
Give promoters a bigger pool to choose from when it comes to lineups. Where are we? People are asking Kane if he's still in one piece. How do you feel about the Rogue Invitational events? I like them. I like that they've managed to somehow squeeze like 10 events into 6.
It's an interesting selection of events. I've got to say, I quite like it. And what I've sort of accepted with the Rogue Invitational is that it is almost like super heavy CrossFit.
Yeah, but I like that different competitions are different.
I agree, and I think that variety is good. And I think what they're trying to do is stand out on their own.
Yeah.
As a competition, not be the same as every other competition. They're different. They're challenging the athletes in different ways. Just like the Arnold is known as like the heavy comp.
Yeah, but now the strongest man on earth, I would say, is the heaviest comp. But you don't want every promoter just trying to be the heaviest comp, because otherwise the athletes are going to be broken. Aren't they?
We kind of saw it at Glasgow. If I'm totally honest, it looked like some athletes were just at this point of the season a bit battered.
Yeah.
Not quite able to perform at their very best. And sometimes you've got to pick the comps that you want to do and be selective, and train for those events. I mean, the Rogue Invitational events are quite challenging, especially the combination events, knowing what footwear to wear, knowing how to adapt to things. All these little elements can be quite interesting. And the only thing I can kind of compare it to is playing tennis on different types of surfaces. You're still playing tennis, but some people specialize in, the hard court. Some people specialize in clay court. Some people specialize on grass. And you'll find some athletes specialize in a super heavy comp. Some athletes will be better. Like Pavlo Cordiaca was not great at Glasgow. And I was having this conversation with him when I was there. And I think Pavlo will be really good at the Rogue Invitational. Other than the deadlift for Max, all those events are really good for him.
Yeah, they are.
I think he'll do better at Rogue Invitational than he did in Glasgow.
I agree with you.
And that's kind of crazy because it's a higher level of competition, but it just shows how events are important when it comes to this sport.
It's a good question from Michael. Can you give us a couple of your favorite strongman up-and-comers that you expect to make a big impact in 2025?
2025. I think Rain O'Neill from South Africa and Josh Spurgeon would be my 2 first names that kind of like pop out in my head. They are both more than capable of being, big stars, I think.
Yeah.
There's obviously guys that are already doing great things.
Yeah. If we just think of that level and those,
I think if he can stay injury free, 2025 could be a great year for Luke Richardson.
Yeah, definitely.
But obviously he's been around for a while. He's just been injured.
Yeah.
But those 2 would be off the top of my head.
Would we call Luke an upcomer at this point,
though? No, because he's been around for a while, but he's still, in terms of experience, relatively new.
Yeah, I know he is.
He's been around a lot longer than Mitch, but done a lot less competitions.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, due to the injuries and stuff, but he's looking, 2 podiums in a row, or 2 Giant Slive podiums in a row, and he's, confidence is growing. And I think if he can continue that confidence to grow, we could see him as a legitimate contender.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we could see more come from OSG as well.
Yeah. People still talking about black eyes. Someone's thanking Fred for their gifted membership. Loz, will Eddie's tricep tear massively affect his arm wrestling abilities?
No, from what I can gather, it's in his left arm and just a small muscle fiber tear, which strongmen tend to do quite a lot. So I don't think it'll affect him at all. I think the fact that he's just going against a monster is going to be the biggest problem for Eddie when it comes to the arm wrestling.
Question here. Evening both. Do you think Tom will hit the podium at Rogue? Was talking to him at Glasgow and he was adamant that he's only competing in the Big Four next year. Is that good for him?
I think for him, it is good for him. Every athlete is different. So like Mitch wants to compete more. He'd get bored if he only did a few shows. Other athletes like Tom or even Brian Shaw, Brian used to do 2 or 3 comps a year. And if you want longevity, it's probably important to do that. If you want to be around for a long time, it's hard to be competing all the time because you're just constantly putting your body at risk, and eventually something's
going to go. Yeah.
And I think for Tom, he's much better when he has that longer preparation and the ability to really plan everything out to peak for certain comps. So I can see for Tom, I think it'll be a good thing. I think Tom can get onto the podium. The events are good for him. It just depends on what kind of shape he's in. Has he sorted out this back issue? Is he mentally in a good place? Event-wise, looking at the events that are coming up in the competition, I don't see why he couldn't be a challenge for the top 3.
No,
I actually think Tom at his best could do exceptionally well with these events. It's just
at his best, I think he could win it.
Yeah,
but I still see him being top 3.
When you look at the events, they're great events for Tom.
Yeah, they are. They are. I would still have him on the podium, probably in 3rd behind Mitch and Thor. But I would still put him there because it's Tom.
Depends. Like the big question mark is starting off with that deadlift. If it's in his head and his back is still an issue, and he suddenly does really bad on that deadlift, Tom is not good when he has a bad start 90% of the time. He's done. I think it was the
last year.
Strongest Man on Earth. He came back well from that.
Yeah, he did the
but notoriously, he doesn't. He's not a good. He's a better front runner.
Yeah, he is a better front runner. Yeah, he's a momentum. Sort of athlete.
If Tom gets ahead and that confidence builds, then he becomes a freak of nature that's almost impossible to beat.
Rogue Invitational, Jeremy, is not next weekend, it's the weekend after that. So it's on the Friday and Saturday, the strongman and strongwoman competitions, I believe, and Rogue Record Breakers on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Big Loz versus Brian would be better.
Who knows? Maybe in the future.
As it's nearly Halloween, Bill Josh, Strongman Frankenstein, body parts from Strongman past and present. I made a terrible faux pas doing this last.
You did.
I don't want to do it. You put together a couple of body parts, Loz.
Right, Mitch's legs.
Yeah.
Zadrunas' shoulders.
Great. Yeah. Eddie's back.
Eddie's back.
How nice. Whose arms? Oh, what's his name? Austrian. My huge muscles.
Manfred
Herpel's arms. There we go. Derek Poundstone's traps.
Derek had some. Well, Kaz as well had some good traps.
Kaz did have good traps.
Yeah.
Who's got good calves?
Most of those big guys.
Benedict Magnusson. He did some strongman and he had massive calves.
Yeah.
Let's chuck them on there.
What about height? Let's go for like Thor's height.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. What about like Mark Felix's hands?
Yeah. It's starting to sound freaky.
This body's looking really freaky.
Yeah. Horrible. Oh dear. Where were we?
Construct it and see what it looks like.
No. We don't. No one needs to see that. What people are still talking about is black eye. Who do we have for podium at the Magnusson Classic?
Oh, that's a
really difficult one to predict, I think.
Right. If he stays injury free,
Mateusz
Kieliszkowski.
Yes.
He will be hard to beat. I think they're good events for him.
Yeah. We've got the 2 previous winners there, haven't we? Tristan's doing it. And Rongo Keane.
Rongo's doing it.
Shane Flowers is going to be
Shane's
his comeback competition.
Shane is in, he's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Evans
Evans
Nana.
Yeah. There's some really good guys doing it. I'm excited for this one. Still need to go winter clothes shopping though, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the local guys will be good on some of those events as well. They'll be used to the conditions.
Yes, definitely. There's going to be guys that we're not going to be prepared for how good they are.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Some of the Icelandics that I train have been looking good. So
good. I hope it doesn't rain in Aberdeen. That granite is grey when it's wet and overcast. It's all indoors, isn't it?
Yeah.
Please tell me. Yes, good.
For the Aberdeen show?
Yeah,
it has to.
For Rogue, it must be. It must. Where are we? Will you be at the Arnold's, and will there be an opportunity to meet Uncle and Auntie? Yeah,
we will 90% be at the Arnold's.
99%. 99% sure.
Yeah,
we'll be at the Arnold's.
Just not sure in what capacity yet.
Yeah,
but
and if we're there, of course, like we're just there, aren't we?
Always happy to meet people.
Yeah. Cousin Fred with the super chat. Thank you, Fred. Liz just rewatched Strongman Classic with the Loz comeback. At the end, you did a montage of the events. Could you do a video of all events Loz has done in his career? Bloody hell, Fred, no. That sounds like
do you know what? I've done so many competitions where no one was there.
Yeah.
Like where no one was there to like film or like take photos.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just didn't have the money to take anyone with me.
No.
And back then there was no social media. That's how old I am.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the footage doesn't even exist, does it?
There might be some footage out there, but I don't know how to get hold of it. For some of the comps that I did. I wish I could get hold of some of the stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see some of my
That would be a
shows.
roller coaster of emotions, wouldn't it, watching that?
Yeah.
Who's Kane talking to? Cool as a cucumber, mate. Ha. Love a bit of putt. Oh, right. There he is. Oh, sorry, he's talking to me. Sorry, Kane. So who's he calling, mate? According to Shane Flowers, Luke Richardson no longer has an issue with overtraining. Does Loz think Luke is back to 100% now, or is he 80-90% and can get better?
I think he's like 80 to 90% and can be better. Definitely. But one thing that's really helping him is he looks like he's enjoying it.
Yeah. And
sometimes being 80 or 90% is better than being 100%, because when you push to 100%, normally something goes. And I think that's been a big thing with Luke, is he's now realizing, okay, I can compete at 80 or 90%. And look, when I say 80 or 90%, that's what most guys are. It's very rare you're at 100%. I can't remember a competition where I went there and everything was perfect, because things happen. You're human. Things get in the way. Relationships can get in the way. Work can get in the way. You can get ill. You can pick up a small injury. There's always going to be something, but that doesn't mean you should not compete. You've got to get yourself in the arena and battle as hard as you can. And that's the way you get results. It's very rare that a top level athlete is at 100% all the time.
Yeah. Michael with the members comment, are all big Z comp wins Giants live level and up? No.
Like Giants live comps, SCL Champions League comps, some various different other comps.
Yeah.
But you can pretty much say that about almost everyone.
Yeah. Especially with someone with such a long career like Sidronis.
Yeah.
But obviously there's some massive chunky ones in there. 8 Arnold Strongman Classic wins, 4 World Strongest Man wins, 2 IFSA World Championship wins, fortissimus. So they're not all like that, but he has
Europe's Strongest Man, multiple Giants live wins.
Yeah.
He and a lot of the SCL wins that he had back then were against big opposition, such as Thor, such as Terry Hollands, myself, Radzikovsky.
Radzikovsky was great. Yeah,
Lalas, Katona, decent level athletes.
Dalton, thank you very much for the super chat. Hope you're doing well. Did y'all watch the Shaw/Thor podcast? Them comparing athletes now versus 10 years ago almost seemed like they were mad. Athletes now enjoy themselves. Oh, interesting. I'm definitely going to watch it. I saw it go up, but
I haven't had
we've had the kids at home this week, haven't we? So it's been a little bit trickier. But yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it now.
Yeah, I'll have to have a watch. No, I haven't seen that, but. Do you think athletes now are having more fun and enjoying themselves?
I don't know, because I don't know.
I think athletes had more fun back then.
Yeah, it's quite serious now. But I don't know. It depends what they mean by having fun.
Yeah.
Because it's like being silly on social media. That's kind of part of growing a brand sometimes, isn't it?
And I mean, I've seen Thor and Kelsey kind of have fun on social media, and you know.
But we haven't watched it, so we shouldn't guess.
No, because
it's in reference
we'll probably be
to.
guessing something completely wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't Andre Foytu also at OSG and World Strongest Man?
Do you know what? He absolutely was.
He came fourth at OSG, I think. Was he
you
fourth?
Have 5 athletes then from OSG that compete at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, so just being in that top 10 now is a big deal, isn't it?
Have I ever met Geoff Capes? Any memories of the great man? Yes, plenty of times. I've worked with Geoff a number of times on a few different events that we ended up at together.
Yeah.
We've been at comps as special guests and hang out with Geoff. Geoff was awesome. You know, he was always very, very quick-witted, very funny. Dry sense of humor.
Yeah, he was funny.
Really dry sense of humor.
My best memory, we were at it was one of Glenn Ross's competitions. You weren't competing, we were just there. He just invited us along and he was like, you'll get the full VIP treatment. We're like, all right, cheers, Glenn. So he puts us in the VIP area, which is like a round table. There's lots of round tables, and he's like, oh, come and sit with Geoff. So we're sat with Geoff, as well as this couple, a man and a woman, just strongman fans who are paid for this VIP experience. And they're sat there like, they couldn't believe it, could they? Couldn't believe their luck. And like Geoff was just so nice, wasn't he?
Geoff's awesome. You know, he was, amazing athlete in multiple sports, but just a funny, cool dude.
Just one of those people that had time for everyone and didn't expect anything for his time either. I believe Josh will win OSJ.
I believe he's got a very good chance. He's training hard for it.
It's interesting, those competitions, because those guys, they beat each other all the time, don't they? You got Josh winning the short, Nick winning the Arnolds. Who won America's? Oh, Lucas. He's not doing it, is he?
Yeah.
But Tim Buck was very good there, wasn't he? Second place.
There's a lot of good athletes at OSG. Like, there's probably 10 that could win.
Yeah.
But we're certainly training hard for Josh to go in with a good chance.
Of course. Cousin Fred gifting even more memberships. Bless you, Fred. Like a one-man band over there. I feel like I should be gifting memberships. I don't even know if I can.
Sorry, I'm just trying to look at some of the names in OSG.
That's okay.
It's just stacked.
It's so stacked. Yeah, it's easy to forget people.
Yeah.
Loz will be back. Really hoping Luke Stoltman has a really good showing at Rogue and Tom gets through it injury-free and not make his back worse. Hopefully he's fit and ready for it, though, and can push Thor and Mitch. I think no matter what, Tom and Luke are going to have a great show. They're on Scottish soil. They're going to have the crowd backing. We saw that in Glasgow last weekend. Like, you're a winner when you've got that crowd behind you. It doesn't matter where you place, do you?
No. Yeah,
it's crazy.
So cool.
It was cool.
So cool. And
Nice
they're going to have the same, aren't they?
Yeah, gotcha. Go on then.
Some of the names. Oscar Zilkowski is competing.
He's doing it,
Jean-Steven Kurobuff, that's Coco, who's
Yeah.
been at World's Strongest Man. Who else we got? Joey Laverly, he's from Canada. I think he was 4th last year.
Yeah.
Andrew Burton, who I coach, he's
good.
very solid. Nick Guardione. There's Rain O'Neill. Tyler Obringer, I saw him before. He was very good. Tim Buck is competing, as you say. There's a lot of good names.
Josh Spurgeon.
James Jeffers.
James Jeffers is good. Western Canada's strongest man, I think.
There's a load of really big names that it's going to be dangerous. There'll be people you don't even know as well.
Yeah, of course. What are the chances of you standing in for either competitor in the Thor Eddie, that is Brian Eddie, arm wrestling, if something were to happen? Oh, slim to none, isn't it?
Yeah.
Slim to none.
Like, if anyone wants to pay me the money that they're paying them to do it, then yeah, I'm in.
Loz is it. Price type him.
Yeah. Obviously, those two have a much, much bigger reach than I do. That's the great thing about those two going together. It's they'll put bums on seats. They'll get people to buy pay-per-views. My following is much smaller. So I think in terms of Brian having the perfect first arm wrestling match, it just makes sense in terms of levels. Brian should win, and it's going to generate a lot of interest because they're both very popular.
Mm. Any idea when Eddie Williams is competing next? He was crazy good in Vegas.
I have no idea when Eddie is competing next.
We know he's qualified for Worlds next year, so that could be it, to be honest.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he waited till then, just focused on his training.
There's no giant slides before then that guys like him can do, because all we have is Britain's and Europe's before Worlds. So
he didn't. I think he's not doing Australia's, or he didn't do it last year. I can't remember.
I don't think he did do it. No. Where are we? People still asking about Mitch's eye. Off topic. How goes your training of late, Liz? Very well. Thank you for asking, Ash. Very well. I've been doing it. So for me, that's well.
Liz is doing well.
I've actually been turning up.
Lost a bit of weight as well.
I've been losing weight.
Getting stronger.
Getting sassier with it. Getting more annoying for Loz, probably. Paddy Haynes is in the chat. Hello, Paddy.
Hey, Paddy. Hope your comp went well this weekend. I believe it was comp he runs at his farm.
Oh, okay. I love that the MVM is hard to predict. It really is, Monica. Obviously, a lot of that is down to the events.
One of the great events, conditions.
Yeah.
You know, the shape of athletes coming back from injuries and stuff like that. There's a lot to consider.
Shane is coming back from a torn bicep. It happened a while ago now, didn't it? I think it was before Worlds. He pulled out of Worlds.
Was it on stones? Can't remember.
I think it was on stones. If Kane's still here, he'd be able to tell us.
Let us know. I know he's had issues. He had issues with his bicep for a while.
He did. Yeah. No, I'm certain it was his bicep.
It was definitely his bicep. I just can't remember how he did it.
Oh, look, Strongman Champions League is here.
There we go.
Predict us the podium, Strongman Champions League Africa next week.
That's a hard one.
No, it's not. Rayno Nels, Evans, Nana, Kane, Francis. There you go.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. I just made it up on the spot. I don't know.
There's some good guys doing it. I mean, that's a good podium. But
yeah, it's great. That's how it's going to go. Go with your heart, not your head.
Well, you know I can't do that. I'll do a proper prediction.
Oh, no.
Let me see if I can. I reckon Evans Nana will be on the podium.
Yeah.
Maybe Adam Roszkowski.
Oh, yes, Adam. Oh, who do I bump? I can't bump anyone.
Will it help if I tell you the events?
No, it will upset me. No,
they're doing a max raw deadlift there as well.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that'll be interesting. Quite interesting to see how they all do raw
Strongman Champions League. Rayno now is a beast, unbelievable.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Rayno. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does, especially in his home country. Yeah, so it's an advantage as well.
Yeah,
he's going to be good.
Austin, keep up the good work. Guessing that's for us. Thank you, Austin.
Thank you, buddy.
Did any of the athletes have trouble getting home from Glasgow last week? I was there due to come home on Sunday. My flight was cancelled. Oh, I don't know, to be honest.
Hopefully not. We drove back. It was a little bit blustery for the first sort of 3 hours on the journey. Then it sort of cleared up.
Yeah. How good really was Prime Novikov? Like, would he have been as dominant against an injury-free Klitschkowski or Lissis?
I don't think he would have been dominant against them, but those three at their best are all fantastic athletes capable of winning big shows.
Yeah.
I wish we could have those three back in their prime at the moment.
Oh, I know.
Because then it would make things a bit more interesting. But Novikov in his prime,
he's
extremely good.
Very good.
He's really not been in his prime or anywhere near his prime this last couple of years.
Anthony, thank you very much for the super chat. It's my birthday weekend, 54 times around the sun. Beer may have been involved. Comp on November 16th. Oh, wow. Happy birthday and good luck.
Better to have the drink now and then kind of ease up until after the comp.
Yeah, it gives you ages to get to the hangover, doesn't it?
You can have a good old drink after the competition.
Yes. But good luck with it. I hope it goes well.
SCL has had you all. SCL has had many, many great athletes compete there.
Nicole, gifting memberships. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicole.
Look, Fred, you've started a trend. Well done. Please watch that podcast. I need to hear your opinions whilst enjoying natural hot springs before Magnusson starts. Okay, I promise we're going to watch it. Give you our take in Iceland. Bo with a members comment. Any plans for Mitch to do the Magnusson Classic one day?
No. That's nothing against the Magnusson Classic. Mitch is very much focused on making the most of the level he's at right now. And right now, he's already extremely busy. So he's going where the money is. Unfortunately, the Magnusson Classic isn't huge money yet. I would compete in it because I love the idea of it. But Mitch is very much focused on the big shows, like the Giants Live shows and the Big Four.
And if we think about the Magnusson Classic, oh God, such a mouthful, the MVM Classic, it's now got that connection with official Strongman / Giants Live, in as much as it's going to be streamed on there.
It's a great competition in its own right, but it's also a feeder.
Yes, that's what I was.
Because if you look what Magnus does, he has qualifiers to get to it, and now we're going to see new names there. And if any of them excel and really perform, they may then be the next guys to go to a major show. For Mitch, he's winning all the major shows, so there's just no need for him to take on another company. It's why he doesn't do Canada's Strongest Man. He could go and do it, but he has to be selective, and as busy as he likes to be, it would be a risk that's not worth taking at this stage of his career. So
reading Dalton's comment, it was like they didn't like that the athletes don't hate each other, or maybe they feel that they're all too friendly now. I don't know. We still need to watch it to really talk about it.
That's quite funny.
Okay, boomer. Strongman and the long career will do that too, though.
Yes, yeah. That's quite funny.
It's quite funny. Oh gosh, Guy, Thor, no beard. What a jump scare that was. Would you? I wonder what you all would look like without the beard nowadays.
Liz literally turned to me after seeing that and told me I'm not allowed to shave my beard.
I will leave you. I'm not even joking. I will go. If that happens, and that's what you
do. Your comment on there was like, put it back.
Put it back. Do something. Do you know what? That I've known Thor for a really long time before he had the beard, and he didn't look like that.
Well, you've known me without a beard as well, but like now you're like, no, you have to keep.
But the problem is, they have this beard for 10 years, and they've aged 20 years in that time, and then the beard comes off, and it's like a horror show. Just men, if you're gonna grow it and keep it for a substantial amount of time, it has to stay forever, as far as I'm concerned. Poor Kelsey, poor Alex when it happened to her. And
should we do it to Liz? Should we shave the beard?
Do not. Don't. I'm not joking, Loz. I'll make some phone calls. You'll be gone with your weird face.
Oh man.
I'd said I'd roll over in bed and I'd like scream. What's that? Oh, I know it's not about looks, but you'd upset the children.
Yeah, Alexa's never known me without a beard.
No, she hasn't. Oh, right. Why are there so many good up-and-coming American strongmen now? Like the next generation of American strongmen looks much more promising. I mean, it does look good over there. And if you think about some of the major qualifiers, they all happen in America. The amateur Arnold's is over there. OSG
I had an argument with an American about this.
Oh, right.
Why? Like, you're so lucky in the UK, you've got a big advantage because all the Giants Lives are there. I was like, you guys are lucky in the USA. You have OSG, so the travel to OSG is better for you. You've got the Shaw Classic. Yeah. You've got the Arnold's amateurs. There's a lot of opportunities for Americans as well.
Americans and UK
very lucky compared to other countries.
They're luckiest by far compared to other countries. Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. There's great athletes in other countries as well. It's just much harder for them to get noticed sometimes.
Yeah. Big Bang Theory. I know Tom has a new coach, but how amazing would it be if he joined Team Liz? The Tom Mitch rivalry would be even greater.
Oh, I don't think you could do that to Mitch.
I don't have any loyalties to Mitch. No, I'm joking. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. What would Mitch say? No. I take all the outliers, the weirdos, like Rauno. Cousin Fred with the members got my tickets for the show today. Can't wait. Awesome. Hopefully we'll be back there next year. It was really good, wasn't it?
It was really good.
Evan's Nana looks the nicest and most appreciative person out there.
He's such a lovely guy.
He's so sweet. Every time, I want to thank you, sir. I want to thank you. He can't stop.
Yeah. He's great with fans as well.
He's so good with really everyone. Good. Yeah, no, he's great. James Jeffers is here. Can't wait to duke it out with all those guys soon. Josh Spurgeon is going to be tough to beat this year. Are they good events for Josh?
Josh has spent the last 3 years just knuckling down hard, and he's getting to the point now where there's no weakness. His pressing is coming in the strongest it's ever been, and that was probably the one weakness.
Yeah, because I know his deadlift's always been
his
good,
deadlift's ridiculous. His deadlift is ridiculous. His pressing now is like, I think I coach someone else that will win the press, but his pressing is getting very good.
Who else? Oh, Jack.
Jack's pressing is just on another level. The problem for Jack, he's not quite as good all round as Josh is.
Yeah.
But I think Jack will have an amazing day one at OSG, and if he can kind of hold on to day two, he's got a good chance of making the top 10. The final events aren't the best for Jack, but if he could make the top 10, that would be amazing. But I think Josh can win. He's getting better all the time at things that were a little bit weaker. We've kind of improved all the time.
Yeah.
Stones are decent now. He moves really well for a bigger guy. His deadlift is unbelievable. His pressing is now getting to that level where it needs to be, whereas before it was a little bit weak.
Yeah.
Just recently, it's just kind of shot up.
Nice.
He's looking good.
Thor's hammer. Adam Rashkowski will be on the podium. Yeah, you're probably right.
Adam's very good.
Any more info of why Pavlo recovery or future comps? I think he posted a video of him.
He's looking massive.
Yeah, he's wide again, like proper wide. And
again, he was never small.
But I think 215 kilo bench press for a double or a triple. So he's looking strong again. So yeah, watch this space. And I think Shane tore bicep on the axle clean. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh yes, he did. Yes.
Thank you, James.
Yeah. What were we saying? But yeah, I think as soon as Pavlo's ready, every promoter will bite his arm off to have him at their competitions because he's such a specimen, isn't he?
just to look at.
just stand there, mate. Where are we? Joshua, thank you for the super chat. My friend Michael will no doubt be watching. Please give him a shout out for making podium at his last comp and nearly getting a 250 kilo deadlift.
Michael, well done for making the podium of your last
Michael.
Competition, buddy.
Yes.
Next time, you've got to get that 250 deadlift.
Yes. Think of Loz while you're doing it.
I can think of better things than me while you're deadlifting.
Whose bum has Loz seen more, Liz or Rob Frampton's?
Definitely Liz's.
Definitely Rob's. How many times have you seen Rob's bum?
Probably twice.
Oh, okay.
It's not like an everyday occurrence. He just happened to show me it the first time I ever saw him. First time I met him, he showed me his ass.
Yeah.
Because he got shot in the hamstring.
Oh, yeah.
So he just
shorts.
Yeah. But it's not like every single time I saw him, he just bent over and showed me his ass.
It's not like that, guys.
Me and Rob are good friends, but it's just friendship, nothing more. Liz is my wife. I've seen her naked more times than anyone else. I'm just worried that people think I might have seen Rob naked more than you.
Let them wonder.
I'd rather they didn't. No offense to Rob.
I don't think he'd take any. Michael with a member's comment. How did Mitch get the black eye? Did Liz hit him? Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what you should just go with.
I actually went like that in his eye.
But just caught one eye rather than two.
Yeah, just it was the seamless attack. And
Did Rauno tell you to do it?
Yeah. yeah. There was a team Liz meeting. We decided together.
Mitch is too dominant.
Yeah.
That's it, Liz. You've got to poke him in the eye.
Handicap him. Hey, Auntie Liz and Uncle Loz from Northern Ireland. Hello, Emily. Lauren, Emily.
Mitch got PB on his deadlift this week.
Did you?
420 for a double. Raw.
Nice. Saw Thor's Instagram post today. He's looking like a monster at 190.
He's looking big and strong.
190 with abs. Ridiculous.
He's a specimen for sure.
I couldn't be 190 pounds of abs. Christ, I couldn't be 150 with that. That's insane, isn't it? People are starting to forget how good Alexi can be.
People forget very quickly. I've noticed in Strongman, people forget things.
You're only as good as your last performance, it seems, because people do have short memories. And that is a great example. He won 3 events in World's Strongest Man final that year. And he burnt himself out, didn't he? He like killed himself trying and just lost it. It all fell apart on the stones, really, wasn't it? Was it power stairs? I can't remember. Remember power stairs?
No, the stones. Yeah, he really messed up the stones, didn't he, after the truck pull?
Yeah. He messed up the last event, yeah. But yeah, totally agree, Austin. Topic of the week, Mitch's eye. Loz can grow it back in 2 days, don't worry. Or you can stay in a hotel that whole time.
Someone else that would agree with you there.
My fiance has definitely got to keep the beard. I'll be raging. Thank you. Yeah. Oh no, I would be too. That's like a joint decision. That's not your beard, that's our beard. You know, we grew it together.
It's like being in the WWE. You can't change your look.
No, exactly.
So like,
exactly. Yeah,
your character now.
We'd lose our whole brand identity. I just think it would be really damaging.
By the way, do you
to
like
our
the Team Loz
relationship.
tops? I've got my Team Loz top
You've
on.
got your Team Loz top on, yeah. Damaging to our relationship.
Shave it for charity, then Liz can't complain.
I can complain, and I will still complain. Don't underestimate how much I might complain.
How much could we make for charity before you wouldn't complain?
It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, I'll match it. If someone wants to pay you £1,000 to a charity, I will pay it so you don't. I'm not joking, Loz. Don't even think about it.
I'm going to do it for charity.
Wow. You'll be a charity case at the end of it. You've got no home. No, I'm joking. Oh, look, Cybernetic Strongman's here. Let's talk to him. Sorry to Liz for the arm wrestling question. But do you think Devon will be able to pull off the 10-kilo water cut? Looking forward to seeing you guys in Birmingham next weekend.
Hey, buddy. I think he will. He's a professional. It's probably going to suck for him this next week, but yeah, I think he can. He's done it before. He's an experienced athlete, very mentally strong. So I think he'll do it. And I think by the time he competes, he'll hydrate back up to probably 10 or 15 kilos overweight.
Just reading the message underneath. Bloody Fred. Loz, yes, shave the beard. Liz will leave and marry me. Oh, God, Fred. Oh, dear. I love your optimism. Oh. Let's move on. I'm not going to be in Birmingham next weekend, unfortunately.
No.
Sorry, Stephen. It'd be lovely to see you, as always. I've been getting lots of memories from RAW Invitational on like my Facebook and stuff, and it was so funny because me and Stephen were stood right behind on the barrier. We waited for like 2 hours to make sure we could see, and then suddenly a cameraman comes, plonks Mitch right in front of us with this massive lens, but he's got it like there on Mitch. So I'm looking at Stephen, I'm like, I'm not sure if they can see us. And I was like, act natural anyway. And me and him were just so weird looking, like side-eyeing each other the whole time. It was funny.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. We had fun there. Loz, did anyone ever call you Loza, Lozzy, or similar? I hated that. Actually, probably the worst was lol. Literally, people calling me laugh out loud from Lauren.
I've had one of those. I mean, obviously, Liz calls me Lozzy, which is fine. But a lot of strongmen call me Lozzy, which is a bit less fine, a bit more weird.
They do it because I do it, don't they? They sort of caught it from me.
What does Neil call you?
Lizzie Lozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just calls me Lizzie Lozzy.
We're just like one person. It's like Ant and Dec.
Yeah. Does he call you Lizzie Lozzy?
No.
Oh.
Just you.
It's weird.
Yeah. Lol is an annoying one.
Yeah, lol would suck. Yeah, that's, rubbish.
Yeah. People are lazy. Give them a slap next time they do it. Bob, thank you for the super chat.
Liz calls him Lozzy. Yes, thank you, Bob. Sorry, got to ask. Comments on the Jeff Nippard, Mike Van Wyck altercation. Big deal in Canada.
Honestly, I have no interest in this story. I know the whole internet has gone mental with this. I've seen Mitch posting about it, Greg Doucette, loads of other people. From what I can gather, Jeff is a little skinny guy that got pushed by some guy that's clearly on way too many drugs and needs to calm the hell down. Pushed him in the neck, apparently. And
I saw some CCTV footage of the shove. It was quite aggressive. The guy went down, flew down.
You should never be trying to get into a fight with anyone over something they've said. It's pathetic on this big guy. I don't know who he is. Like, I just genuinely don't know who he is. But I don't understand why everyone is so obsessed with it.
I have no idea who either of them are. I don't follow any the influencers or bodybuilders or what. I don't follow anyone like that. I don't know.
I don't agree with violence for just the sake of violence. He just sounds like a bit of a guy that's bigger than the other guy trying to bully him. I don't know if that's the case. I haven't watched the videos. I haven't seen what happened, but I don't like that. But honestly, I don't understand. Like, people get into altercations all the time. I don't understand why the internet's blown up about it.
No.
From what I can gather, both are okay. I think the smaller guy is okay.
Smaller guy? I don't know.
Geoff and Mike, that's as much as I know. But like I hadn't even heard of them till this week.
Now that Sacramento has been announced as the venue for World's Strongest Man 2025, what's the probability that Loz and Liz attend in person? If Channel 5 had any sense, they'd hire Loz.
I don't think Channel 5 will be hiring me, but there is a good chance that I go to World's Strongest Man next year.
90 to 95% chance we'll be at Worlds next year. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. No matter where it is as well. Sacramento, Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii would be nicer.
It's not in Hawaii, so don't get your hopes up.
Shame. Loz, keep the mystery alive. Thank you, Anthony.
Is my chin strong enough? I don't know.
Well, you don't know, and that's the thing. It's a huge risk. You could have several under there. You know? Yes.
I used to, for sure.
Your face may have all drooped over
the skin's drooped.
It's true. What's that dog, that cartoon dog that always looks so sad? You might look like that. And I don't think it's a risk we should take. What's that dog called? Someone remind me. You know the one like with the sad face. That might be Loz. A couple of people talking about Paul Smith not getting an invite to Brits. I have a take on this. I would love to share with you all. Because well,
is this what you're on about?
Yeah. I feel bad for Paul because it does suck when you just want to be able to live a somewhat reasonable, leisurely life and go on your holiday. He had a holiday booked at a time where he wasn't expecting there to be a qualifier, but they moved the qualifier forward by quite a few months actually. So that was a qualifier for Britain's Strongest Man. No, it was the England's show.
So it was England's Strongest Man.
Yeah, England's, which he would have normally done, which could have qualified him to Brits. But the minute he wasn't there, I was thinking, shit, Paul's not going to get invited to Brits next year because the Podium will get invited. So that's Tom, Gav, Luke. Previous title holders will get invited. So that's Graham and Bish, if they both want to do it. Then you've got the three from England's Strongest Man winners getting invitations. Winner of Wales, winner of Ireland, winner of Scotland. That's your full lineup right there. And I feel bad for Paul because Paul is definitely, I would say, top 10 in the UK. However, we support having a feeding system that actually works, don't we?
I haven't seen what Paul said, but I'm pretty convinced Paul has agreed with qualifying systems in the past.
He's pretty gutted because,
of course, he'll be gutted, but it's just got to motivate him to go and qualify next year.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
I mean, look, Paul's last comp, he got beat by a fair few guys in Chaos that aren't going to Britain's as well. The standard is very high right now. And Paul with the right events is very good.
Yeah,
he's got certain events he's extremely good at. Some other events he's not so good at. And obviously, he's on a bit of a dip at the moment in terms of the last few results against the high-level opposition. He's not done that well, but that doesn't mean he can't get back to that. And if there's a qualifying system, you can't shortcut that. Like, I don't think I should be able to just compete in Britain
just because
I was good 10 years ago.
No,
I think if I want to compete, I should have to go and do the qualifier.
Yeah.
He had the opportunity to do the qualifier. Obviously, he booked the holiday. He's had a baby. There's other things going on in his life that are going to get in the way. And there's nothing that's saying that Paul won't get back up to that level.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will. Paul's very much like long-term goal orientated. So if anything, it's going to motivate him to be better next year. And that's the way he's got to look at it. But I don't think he should just be handed a place. And I'm sorry if people think that he should. I don't. No. I don't think anyone, unless you have kind of like you're the defending champion or you were top 3 the year before, or you've been winning, big international shows, should be just handed a place. And that I'll put all the legends into that bracket and everyone else. Unless you're proving yourself, the guys that have been Luke Richardson, yes, Podium on 2 big major comps recently,
international,
absolutely deserves an invite. The guys that qualified through England's Strongest Man definitely deserve it. The guys that didn't, they're going to have to go to the England qualifier, go to England's Strongest Man and try and qualify again. And that's tough because you take Jack, for instance, who I train. Didn't do as well as he should have at England's.
No.
Since then, he's been awesome.
Yeah.
He's like
He won the chaos competition.
He won a show against George Solomon in Holland. He won the chaos show, beating guys that have qualified for Britain's Strongest Man.
And Jack won't be at Britain's Strongest Man.
No. Jack doesn't deserve to because he didn't do well in the qualifying route.
Yeah.
But guys are at that level are all capable of beating each other.
Yeah.
So unless you go to the qualifier and do the job, you can't just then say, "Oh, I should be invited to it."
I don't think he was saying that.
I'm not saying he is, but
no.
like I think he would agree that we need a fair qualifying system, and if it's going to be fair, you've got to stick to it.
Well, this is a good question from Big Bamberry. Didn't Geoff Capes call you lol? I think he did. I think he did on your Talking Strongman with him.
Yeah.
But you don't argue when Geoff Capes called you lol.
There's certain people you just let it go.
He can call you what he likes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bless him.
Geoff Capes can say what he wants.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
A bit like Kaz. Kaz can say what he wants. I'm not going to disagree with him. I might not believe everything that they say.
They've earned the right.
They're like your uncle that's telling you this story, and they've twisted it a bit, but you just let them say it anyway.
They like sharing their stories.
Yeah. Geoff is a natural bodybuilder, got 3 million subs, so about 10 times more popular than Mitch. That's great, but I don't know him.
Yes, doesn't
like that's good for him. Happy for him. Just I don't care so much about that kind of stuff.
What about the watch party? Don't worry, guys. I am going to have you covered live from the States. I've got power banks. I've got all the data in the world. I've got mics, cameras, action. All I can't show you is the actual competition. So if we do go, there's still going to be watch parties live on the scenes, calling the action. It's going to be like Strongman Radio, but you have to look at me. I don't know what you'll be doing.
What does my mum call me when she's cross with me?
When she's cross?
Yeah.
Laurence. No, she doesn't really get cross with you, does she? No. Well, she probably does. Droopy. Yeah, droopy dog. Yeah, you could be droopy under there. Thank you, everyone.
A basset hound.
Yeah, exactly. Or a bloodhound. Yeah. Lauren's mum calls her Loz. No, that's not acceptable. Droopy the dog. Yeah. Everyone knows the name of this. Loz Droopy Shahlaei. Sorry. Was Paul Smith dropped and big mad Andy Black invite? No. That was all years ago now.
There was a stage where
there
Andy Black was that was harsh on Paul.
Yeah, that was.
That was really harsh because Paul was beating him every time they competed.
There's a pretend lost he might have leprosy. I mean, he might. We don't know. There could be some sort of skin condition. Who knows? I'm not
picking on my chin.
I'm sorry. Hopefully you feel like self-conscious enough now not to get rid of it.
I have no intention of getting rid of the beard. It's more just to annoy you at this point. But, things change.
I can only assume you're taking the piss, Colin. Where are we? Liz, remember, rewards work better than punishment. If you want Loz to keep the beard, give him beard care products, expensive ones. Do you know what? He has had every beard care product in the land, haven't you? Gifted and everything. For like when the beard was new, every Christmas he would get like 4 hampers of beard stuff, wouldn't you? Little funny combs, little straighteners. Never used them. Deary me. Yes, I thought we were going to miss out on a watch party. Glad to hear I was wrong. No, it would be like watch party 2.0. It will be so much better because with all of my equipment that I will have strapped to my head and God knows everywhere, I'll be like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. Then
you're going to have like a one-man band.
Yeah, I would have, and then like, all right, event's over. Let's go talk to the athlete. It would be so good, wouldn't it?
I like this guy. Is it Matty who says, "Grow the hair out and lose the beard"? If only I could. If only I could. Yeah. I like his confidence that I could grow some hair.
He's long past that. You'd have to go to Istanbul if you wanted some hair.
Yeah.
You'd look weird with a full head of hair.
I've just, since I was probably 18, I think, 20, something like that.
Do you remember what your auntie said?
So my auntie, when I retired from Strongman, she said to my mum, so is he going to grow his hair now that he's finished Strongman?
What? No. He's not bald because he's a strongman. He's bald because he's bald.
Oh, bless her.
Dear, so funny. Oh.
That was funny. Anyway,
I must turn the heating off. Do you know what? I'm absolutely dying. In here.
Well, let's finish up.
Yeah, we'll wrap up.
Yeah. So there you go. This has been very fun, guys. Lots of people on here that grow their beard to hide their double chin. It was never, the beard and baldness was never just because I'm a strong man. Jeez, I think my best deadlift was completely beardless. Yeah. It's
and completely bald.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you've had fun. It's been fun talking to everyone. It's been an enjoyable one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. I think when there's nothing specific to talk about,
we can just have some fun.
And it is more fun. Yeah.
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. I think a lot of people have been struggling to see some of our new videos.
Make sure you hit the bell then, because we've got some good ones coming up. Starting tomorrow with the Thor and Mitch one. Yay.
There we go.
Fun
Have a great week. Next weekend is Strongman Champions League South Africa. And then the weekend after is Rogue. So we've got some exciting things coming up. You guys take care. Have an amazing week. We'll catch you soon.
Smile and wave. Takes me ages to click.